You either in or you out. If you half stepping and pump faking, you're going to be very unsuccessful as a coach. Coach T, why do you say that? Because as coaches, one of the biggest things that we do is we instill confidence in the people that we're helping. And it's very challenging for the people to have confidence in themselves if the coach that's supposed to be helping them don't even have confidence in themselves. Does that make sense? Like, one of the biggest things that I've learned just throughout my journey is the more that I've continued to learn and grow and invest in myself and be able to just be dedicated to doing this. That doesn't mean everything is perfect. We all have advice, but as time went on, I continued to learn and invest. And as I did those things, my confidence increased, my ability to help people increased, my listening skills increased, my ability to give better advice got better over the years, right? My ability to articulate how I can help people got better over the years. Does that make sense? There's a lot of folks who, for example, that, let's say if we're looking at the NBA, right? There's a lot of coaches in the NBA that were players at one point, right? And then now they do coaches, right? Now, I'm blessed to be, a player and a coach, right? I'm still doing it. But one of the things that's most unique about that is when you're in a place to where you have that belief that you can help your client because you either done it, you've been through it, or you're currently still doing it. That gives a lot of confidence and credibility in the people that you're helping, but not just in them, in yourself, and knowing that you can do it. So one of the things I want to give y'all is it's a few things I want you to take note of how you're going to go about being successful as a coach, and really, you asking yourself, well, can I really do this, right? Now, it's a couple things. One, if you know that this coaching thing is for you, is it something that you think about frequently? Is it something to where it's on your mind? You're currently, you're wondering how you can help people better, how you can continue to serve. It's something that you feel like is a calling or a purpose from God or your creator for you to be able to, put your mission out into the world and just help people live a better quality life or business or health or spirituality or whatever you're passionate about. Is it something that just keeps coming up year over year, months, however long it is, but it's not something that's like a fleeting thought? If it keeps coming up, that's a good indicator that coaching could be for you. Is it something to where you really feel fulfilled when you help people, right? Maybe you do it, because it's, you love to see the smile on people's face, or you love how it feels, when you give somebody a piece of advice and they take it and they run with it, or they come back and they got some positive results, right? It just makes you feel more fulfilled in life and feel happier from just being a blessing to somebody else. So that's another indicator whether coaching is for you or not. Are you in a place where people continue to come to you for advice in a particular area, right? Sometimes we have gifts and experiences, and and people just continue to come to us, right? There's a lot of folks that I speak to. I speak to hundreds of folks each and every month, and I can tell you this, that majority of people that want to be coaches, a lot of times they kind of already mentoring / coaching people, but they just doing it for free, right? They're not getting paid to do it. So they're on calls already. People are already, reaching out to them, texting them, messaging them on social media, right? Jumping on their lives. The people are already getting a lot of value from them, but they're just not monetizing the expertise that they have. So if you notice that people are coming to you, or you like the go-to person in your circle, right, or wherever you at, that can be another indicator that coaching is for you, right? If coaching is if doing this is something that you can see yourself doing full time at some point, right? If you say, you know what, and it doesn't have to be the end all be all, but you say, you know what, this is something I really want to go all in doing, this could be for you, right? If you can see yourself working with people one-on-one, or work with people in small groups, or even traveling the world and speaking. I was talking to a client recently, and I was letting them know, like, the difference really between coaching and speaking is really speaking is going to give the world exposure to your brand, is going to give the world exposure to you, and that's how more people will find out about you. But we know majority of us who come into this coaching space, we're in it for transformation. We're not just in it for the exposure, right? So that's where coaching comes into play, because a lot of times, when it comes down to habits or different things, it takes a period of time for people to make that progression, right? It's not usually in a 30-minute or 60-minute, speech or keynote, right? It takes that time. And that's where coaching comes into play. It's the highest form of transformation that you're ever going to have. And people working with you for a duration of time is how they're going to get results at a faster rate. So is that something that you're excited about? Right? You like the idea of working with people one-on-one or groups, or, even going around and speaking to folks and speaking to stages and having people come up to you afterwards and work with them on a closer basis. If that's something that excites you and you say, yes, I can see myself doing that, then coaching could be for you, right? So these are just some of the things that you kind of evaluate. Look at some of the things that you Google online. Like, are you Googling things that's in related topics? Like, is this something that you love doing, you see yourself doing? You can also think about your talents. Are you talented in certain areas? It might be an area that you're talented in and you say, you know what, this would be something good that I can help people with. What is your expertise in, right? So maybe you've worked in a certain job and you've acquired a certain set of skills over a period of time. That might be good for you to say, oh, wow, I can come into this coaching thing because I really enjoy it, but also I have something to teach. What type of experience have you been through, right? So maybe you've been through, trauma, or you've been through, divorce, or you've been through something that somebody that you've been able to overcome or get through in one piece. And there's certain lessons that you've learned that if you had to talk back to, your younger self, who is currently going through that experience, you would say, okay, you would navigate them in these different ways, right? So these are some of the things you can really kind of think about, like, wow, this coaching thing is for me. This is something that I would love to do, right? So that's that side of it. The other side of it is really determining if you're committed, no matter what, to, not just obviously there's, a high revenue potential to be able to do this, right? And go full time and travel and impact your family. But also, are you willing to commit from a when there's ups and downs, right? Because this is with any business, is realize that it's not always going to be perfect. And one of the things that I always say is you cannot build your business in a bubble. Cannot build your business in a bubble. And what that really means is that life doesn't decide to stop just because you became a coach, right? Deaths in the family is going to happen. Births in the family is going to happen. Health challenges are going to come their way. Financial challenges are going to come your way. But the people that we know, we love, we respect, the ETs out there, the Tony Robbins, the Lisa Nichols, right? The Ayanna Visance, the folks out there that we really know their name. These a lot of times are the folks that have, and it doesn't have to be a crazy story, but a lot of times they have challenges and stories that they've been through, which is why the reason that they're known is because they didn't give up during those times of difficulty. So you really have to ask yourself, if this is something that I'm truly passionate about and I really care about helping people at the highest level, is this something that I'm willing to stick to over the long term? Because if not, there's nothing wrong with getting a 9-to-5 job. A lot of folks just say, you know what, being an entrepreneur is too risky. I don't know if I can handle it. My mental health, right? It's some people that it's just not for. And I don't think it's a right or wrong, but just realize that if this is something that you say that you're passionate about and that you want to do and you want to make an impact and you want to be financially free, so you're not chained to a job, you're not chained to somebody telling you what you can do, when you can go to lunch or when you can take off work, then realize that there's the actual coaching side of it, which is your knowledge, your expertise on what you're helping people with, but also there's a business side of it. And a lot of times we come into it because we're excited that we can give advice, but realize that now you're also a business owner, you're also a CEO, you're a boss. And from the boss side of it, there's things that you need to do from a business standpoint, regardless of whether you started a business or not. There's things from a business standpoint that now you got to start looking at. So if you have any issues about, making investments or money, or so there's certain things that, you're going to have to really get over if you want to make an impact, right? Because more revenue really means that you're making more of an impact in the world. You follow what I'm saying? So this is really key, that there's a business side of it, and you're going to have to do things from the business side to grow your impact and to grow your income. but then also there's skills, and there's skills on both sides of the playing field. And then there's skills in terms of actually just being a better coach, being a better communicator, being a better influencer, being a better listener to actually help people make progress in their life. All right, so hopefully you are excited about this, and hopefully you decided, hey, is coaching for me? Is not. I realized that years ago that, you know what, coaching is for me. I love helping people. I got experience and expertise, and I didn't know that much at first, and I didn't really know if people was even going to listen to me. But as I decided to take steps, my experience started to get wider and wider, meaning I couldn't tell people years ago, oh, I can help you make 6 figures. I couldn't say that, right? Because I wasn't doing it. But I said, you know what? I can help you start up your business. I said, you know what? I can help you get your first client, right? I said, you know what? I can help you, do your emails. I can help you coach people a little better. And then over time, as I started getting more experience and skills and started helping more people and getting more testimonials, then I started expanding on what I can help people with. All right, so if you like that, coaching is for you, and just continue to work, continue to make things happen, right? And if you need any more ideas or advice on the business side of it, definitely go and check out my other video, and you'll continue to level this up and build the successful coaching business you want to build.